Chapter 27, Anything But Safe. Kyon's first-person point of view. You're not actually thinking about going, are you? Sia's voice was low but sharp, cutting through the oppressive silence that lingered after the mysterious man disappeared. I glanced at the envelope in my hand, the weight of its implications heavier than its actual mass. I don't know, I admitted, my voice subdued than I intended. Whoever this William Conrad is, he clearly knows about me. And he didn't exactly leave it open for negotiation. Sia folded her arms, her green eyes narrowing. Exactly. He didn't ask. He summoned. That's a power move, Kyon, and it's dangerous. People like him don't invite you to dinner out of politeness. They don't play by our rules. I sighed, glancing down at my phone. The screen lit up, showing the time, 5:53 p.m. 2 hours left until the meeting at the Helios Hotel. 2 hours to decide whether to walk into a situation that could change everything, or end it. I can't say I'm not curious, I admitted, shoving the phone back into my pocket. But you're right. I need to be careful. Sia's posture relaxed slightly, but her expression remained cautious. Good. Then let's figure this out. I think we should talk to Kadir. The name sparked a flicker of relief and hesitation at the same time. Kadir, the elusive Flux master who had a way of making answers seem more like riddles. I didn't fully understand him, and sometimes I wasn't sure I trusted him. But if anyone knew what this invitation meant, or who Conrad really was, it would be him. I nodded. Yeah. Kadir's library isn't far. If we hurry, we can. Then let's go, Sia interrupted, already moving. Her decisiveness snapped me out of my hesitation, and I followed her lead, the envelope still clenched in my hand. The streets of the city were quieter than usual as we made our way toward Kadir's library. Dusk had fully descended, and the shadows seemed longer, deeper, as if they were conspiring to swallow the faint glow of the streetlights. Neither of us spoke much as we walked. The silence wasn't awkward, it was heavy, thick with the unspoken questions hanging between us. I could feel Sia's observation Flux humming faintly, her senses on high alert. It was a reminder that we weren't just walking through a city. We were moving through a world that felt increasingly hostile and alien. When we reached the library, it was like stepping into another realm. The old building loomed over the narrow street, its facade darkened with age and mystery. Inside, the scent of ancient paper and polished wood wrapped around us like a cocoon. Kadir was waiting. He always seemed to know when someone was coming. As we stepped into the main hall, he appeared at the top of a staircase, his silhouette framed by the dim light filtering through the stained glass windows. He descended slowly, his movements fluid, his dark robes whispering against the stone steps. Kyon. Sia, he greeted, his voice smooth and even, like the surface of a calm lake. His gaze flicked to the envelope in my hand, and I could have sworn I saw a faint glimmer of recognition in his eyes. You've brought something unusual. I hesitated, then handed him the envelope. He turned it over in his long, slender fingers, examining the wax seal before breaking it open. His eyes skimmed the letter, his expression unreadable. When he finally looked up, his gaze was sharp, piercing. Williams Conrad, he said, as if testing the name on his tongue. A man of significant influence. And significant danger. You know him? I asked. Kadir's lips curved into the faintest hint of a smile, one that held no warmth. I know of him. A figure who operates in shadows, but whose presence is felt far and wide. He is not one to be underestimated. Sia crossed her arms. So what does he want with Kyon? Kadir's gaze shifted to me, and I felt as though he was looking through me, peeling back layers I didn't even know I had. A man like Conrad doesn't extend invitations for pleasantries. He sees potential, Kyon, potential to exploit or destroy. Which do you think you offer? I swallowed hard, unsure how to answer. You think I should go? I asked finally. Kadir tilted his head, his expression as enigmatic as ever. That depends on what you hope to achieve. Conrad's interest in you is not coincidental. You are an anomaly, Kyon, a creature that defies both human and vampire expectations. That alone makes you valuable. And dangerous. Sia's voice cut in, her tone sharp. So you're saying he should walk into this trap? Kadir turned to her, his gaze calm but unyielding. I'm saying that Kyon must decide whether to face Conrad now, on his terms, or later, when the stakes may be higher. The room seemed to grow quieter, the weight of Kadir's words settling over us like a shroud. What about Lawrence? Sia asked as we stepped out of the library, the cool night air hitting us. I glanced at her. What about him? She frowned. He's been training you for months. Don't you think he deserves to know about this? I hesitated. Lawrence had been my anchor in the chaos, the one who had pulled me back from the edge when the vampire world threatened to swallow me whole. But he also had strong opinions about vampires, and none of them were good. Yeah, I said finally. But I already know what he'll say. He'd want me to stay as far away from Conrad as possible. And maybe he's right, Sia countered. Maybe going to this dinner is exactly what Conrad wants. Maybe it's a trap. I stopped walking, turning to face her. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's a chance to get answers. To figure out why I'm even like this. Sia's expression softened, but the concern in her eyes didn't fade. Kyon, I get it. I do. But there's a difference between wanting answers and walking straight into the lion's den. I didn't have a response to that. The truth was, I didn't know what I wanted. Answers, yes. But also something more. Something I couldn't quite name. As we stood there, the city lights casting long shadows around us, I looked at my phone again. 6:37 p.m. The clock was ticking. We'll talk to Lawrence, I said finally. But I'm going to that dinner, Sia. I have to. Her shoulders tensed, but she didn't argue. Instead, she just nodded, her gaze steady. Fine. But we do it my way. We prepare. No surprises. I nodded, a strange mix of relief and dread settling in my chest. Because no matter what we did, one thing was certain, the path ahead was anything but safe.